Hello, well it's day 86 in Sydney's COVID lockdown and it's a Sunday morning and it was big night last night, and what do you do after a big night? Well, you have a Bloody Mary. So it's Locktail 32 from the 1920s, the Bloody Mary. Now, like martinis and Negronis, everyone has their own style of Bloody Mary. There's so much variation. It's very much a personal taste drink, so I'm going to walk you through the Bloody Mary that I'm having this morning. So it's a vodka drink. I think it's the first vodka cocktail that we've done on the Locktails, and I'm going with Grey Goose. Nice big 1 litre bottle here, and I'm making 2 of these Bloody Marys, so I need 45 mils, 1.5 shots for each of the Bloody Marys. So 2 of those. See how my Sunday morning maths is going. Then fresh tomato juice, if possible. I mean, buy it if you need to, but if you've got tomatoes and you've got a means of juicing them, fresh tomato juice is best. Now I need about 100 mils each for these, so I could measure all of that out, or I think I've got just almost half of the tomato juice I've got in there will be just about perfect for these 2 Bloody Marys. And then you need about 15 mils of lemon juice per Bloody Mary. So out of one of these small to medium lemons, you get about that out of each half. A little bit more if you give them a strong enough squeeze. So 2 halves of a lemon going in here for the 2 Bloody Marys that I'm doing. And then you need Worcestershire sauce. I think this is a mandatory. How many dashes, I guess, is one of those personal things. I'm doing 3 per Bloody Mary. There's my 3. And then I really like adding the celery flavour. So I'm adding Bitter Truth's celery bitters. I'm adding a couple of drops for each. This was actually the winner of Spirit of the Year back in 2008. It's good in a lot of cocktails, but it's particularly good in a Bloody Mary. And then we need salt and pepper to taste. So I'm going to add a little bit of ground pepper in there for the 2 of them. And then I've got this amazing Maldon smoked salt, which adds just a little bit of smokiness to the mix as well. I like a fair bit of salt and pepper, especially if I really am doing this as a sort of hangover cure. And then give that a good stir, get it nice and cold. Add a little bit more of any of your favourite ingredients there. I'm going to add some more into one of these in a moment because I'm putting up on the website an option to sort of spice this up a bit. So let's call this a regular Bloody Mary. Pretty much close to a standard recipe, not that far away from the International Bartender Association's recipe for a Bloody Mary. And then I'm going to basically strain half of each of those into a glass. Now you can do it with crushed ice, you can do it with pieces of ice. I think it's a bit of a trend to have larger, sort of almost like old-fashioned style ice. I quite like that in a Bloody Mary. It keeps it cold without sort of rapidly diluting it. So there we go. That's let's call that standard. Let's make sure I don't confuse these. So this one's going to be mine, and I'm going to spice this one up a little bit. So what I've got to do that is I've got this Bitterman's Hellfire Habanero shrub. It's basically a bitters. You can get this sort of anywhere that you can buy a range of good bitters, or online. I'll put the link in the recipe. And it is, as you would expect, habanero chili bitters, specifically made for drinks. So I'm going to put about 4, feel a bit extra spice today. Let's make it 6 drops of that. This is going to be particularly spicy. A little bit of extra pepper. And you know what I did forget? This is always a problem with a multi-ingredient cocktail. I forgot the Tabasco sauce. So that won't be in the video, but this is the point where you need to add a couple of drops of Tabasco sauce. So I'm going to be doing that once I'm finished talking to you. I'm going to be putting 2 drops in this cocktail, but I'm going to be putting 4 or 5 in this one. And then basically you can spice that up with whatever extra spices you want. I'm also going to add just a little bit more of that lovely fresh tomato juice, and normally garnished with a celery stick, also really good for stirring it with and imparts a little bit more celery flavour. So there you go, that's a regular Bloody Mary. This is a spiced up with Bitterman's Hellfire Habanero Bitters version. Call it a Spice Me Up Bloody Mary, and I'll be adding a little bit of Tabasco sauce into both of these. Yep, I need that little bit of Tabasco sauce to just really give it that extra little bit of spice. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying a lovely sunny Sydney morning. Hopefully we're heading closer and closer to getting out of lockdown. I think we down around 1,000 cases today. Hope you're enjoying the Logtails, and join me for some more as we continue to work our way through the Roaring 20s. Some 100 years ago, these cocktails came to us. Bye for now.